Hi, my name is Jack Hale. I am from Troop 8055 based out of Bloomfield Hills High School, and today I'm going to be presenting a scholarship audition for stage management. You may have me listed as Earl Hale, but I go by my middle name. I started my career in the entertainment arts at Detroit Country Day School, where I worked on a number of student film sets, as well as a couple of independent productions outside of the school day. I transferred to Bloomfield Hills High School in my sophomore year, which didn't offer a film class, unfortunately, so I decided to take a theater productions class. On my first day, I was contracted by the technical director, Scott Cleveland, to build a gag tiki bar facade for our musical director's piano for the auditions that would be happening later that day. I fell in love with the art form immediately and decided to join the after-school tech program at Bloomfield Hills High School. In just my first year alone, I was able to work in rigging, lighting design, sound design, and pretty much every other medium of technical theater, as well as act a few times. All this experience culminated at the end of my sophomore year when I decided that I would like to act as the stage manager for our final production of the year, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Now, if you haven't caught on already, our Performing Arts Center isn't standard by any means. So we decided that we were going to do A Midsummer Night's Dream in the 80s with a moped, about 100 lighting cues, aerial silks, and a faux thrust stage that we had to build that went 4 rows into the audience. Through that production, I was lucky to work with the former stage manager who pointed me in the right direction and gave me some key tips and tricks that allowed me to have a leg up when I decided to interview to be stage manager for Fiddler on the Roof. Part of our interview process was a mock rehearsal where our director indicated that we should write down any blocking notes and anywhere that we thought any sound or lighting cues could go. What she didn't tell us is that she was staging a kind of disagreement with the actor that was playing Tevye about what time rehearsal was the next day. And since I had already worked in stage management and since I had acted before, I was able to pick up on the fact that if Tevye is confused about when next rehearsal is, a lot of people probably are. So I made a note in my script that we should remind all of the actors of what time rehearsal should be. And that's what ended up landing me the position that I was so grateful to be afforded. Now, when I joined in my sophomore year, there was something of a tension between technicians and actors, and as a way to kind of unite the two and dispel this tension, I decided that I was going to audition for our one-act play, The 39 Steps, a show in which I was cast to play the leading man, Richard Hannay, and it was a riot to play. We brought the show to the Mid-Michigan Theater Arts Festival, where I won an award for outstanding acting. And given my positive experience at the festival, when the school announced that we were going to be going back to the festival the next year, I auditioned again for our show of Clue and was cast as Professor Plum, another role for which I won an award for outstanding acting. Fast forward all the way to this year, and I'm currently in an Acting 3 class where I'm planning on directing a one-act show later this year. I just recently finished 2 COVID productions. I'm currently working on my 3rd production during the pandemic, which is a cinematic recording of the Pirates of Penzance that we're doing at Bloomfield Hills High School, that I am serving as the lighting designer and director of film. This project is really a perfect marriage of everything that I love to do. It's theatrical, but with elements of film, and it's combining the best of both worlds. And through working this completely unprecedented time, my experience as a stage manager has been vital because I've learned how to work with a level head and systematically solve problems as they come up, as opposed to just reacting in the moment. I can kind of start to expect what's going to happen and start solving problems before they become problems. Looking back at everything I've done over the past 3 years, it's kind of weird and surreal to think that it all started with a tiki bar facade for a piano. And in reflecting, I've also noticed that stage management and acting are very similar in a lot of ways. Actors always talk about having a GOAT, or their goal, obstacle, action, and tactic within a scene. And stage management is very much the same. You always have a goal, which is to run a safe and ultimately successful production, and then something gets in your way. That's your obstacle. And then you've got to take action against that obstacle, and the T, your tactic, is how exactly you're going to approach that. And given my unique experience both on stage and behind the curtain, I feel that I'm uniquely situated to solve problems in a way that is beneficial for everyone, all technical departments and even actors, to create a space that's safe and productive for everyone. Thank you so much for your consideration, and I look forward to hearing your feedback.